Hola, Courage Tribers. Welcome back to another special moment on Thrive with Sunshine. I am your host, Sunshine Ayu Devi. And today we are getting into something really meaningful. Something a lot of us hold quietly inside, like silence better. Justice. Not the kind you will find in a courtroom, but the kind that starts deep within yourself. The kind that says, I deserve respect, I deserve honesty, I deserve calm, and most importantly, I will keep going, I will keep moving, even if it's so that nobody is cheering for me. Because, dear soul, justice is not something waiting for later. It is happening right now. And that is why it is focus of this season 2, episode 6. What justice really means. Justice is more than legal fairness. It is spiritual restoration. It is the healing of betrayal, the reclaiming of power, and the return to wholeness. Justice is not about revenge. It is about realignment, reclaiming your voice, your power, your story, your sanity, your peace. Taking back justice. For me, justice did not come from the courts. There was no police report filed, no viral headlines, no dramatic rescue caught on camera. But the moment I say no more shame, no more silence, no more fake friends or hidden betrayers, that is when justice truly happened inside me. It started when I looked in the mirror, bruised, torn, shattered, but still standing, and told myself, I still love you, sunshine. Justice begins the second you decided to stand up for yourself. When you share your story, when you walk away from what does not serve you anymore. When you pray for healing, protection, recovery instead of wishing for revenge. That's the kind of justice that is pure, significantly real. That's where your true strength lies. Let's take a moment to breathe and center ourselves with a quick affirmation and healing exercise. Take a deep breath with me. Put one hand on your heart and say this loud. Justify it as loud as you can in your heart, in your mind, your soul. I take back my body. I take back my voice. I take back my power. Justice lives inside me. I'm whole again. I choose to rise. I choose to speak up. I'm not ashamed of my story because I am writing a new chapter. Just breathe in, take a pause, let that sink in a bit, and let it flow over you like a gentle wave of grace. Feel your heart open up so wide that you feel your spirit lifting up. You're not just surviving anymore, sweetie. You're moving into a place of true healing and restoration. Here is my story of betrayal. 2 years ago, after I won my pageant title, my life took a shift. It turned into a world filled with glitz and glamour. I was invited to elite parties, high-profile events, and exclusive shows. One evening, I was invited by friends with royalty status to a private elite club. That night, they introduced me to a wealthy man in the VIP lounge. He seemed fond of me. We started drinking tequila shots, champagnes, and laughter flowed freely. When the club closed at 3 a.m., the group moved on to a private karaoke session, and the atmosphere in the room was wild and carefree. I noticed everyone was snorting ketamine. At first, I declined. I knew myself well enough to realize how dangerous that could be. But I was told it was compulsory if I choose to fit in and wanted to stay. Even the royal couple assured me they would look after me. I trusted them. After 2 reluctant snorts, everything went blank. The next morning, I woke up in a cold dressing room at a hotel in the city. I was shivering, in pain, and disorientated. My entire body ached, especially my private parts. I found myself sandwiched between 2 unfamiliar Malay men, terrified. I grabbed a towel and ran to the bathroom. As I passed the room, I saw chaos and horrible mess. Locking the door behind me, I stared myself in the mirror. My mascara was smudged, my eyeliner was flaking, my neck covered in hickeys. My wrists and ankle were bruised. I felt disturbed, betrayed, and broken. In the shower, I quietly wept. I kept asking God how I ended up here. Where would the friends say they would look out for me? Why was I left alone in such a dangerous situation? I had an important meeting scheduled for later that day. A potential business opportunity I have been working really hard to be, and I had to cancel it. My world began crashing. I feared the most was the worst that what could happen to me. Had they recorded me? What if I was exposed? I quickly left the hotel and took a grab. I wore my sunglasses to hide turmoil in my eyes. The driver noticed something was wrong about me and gently asked me, "Miss, are you okay?" I just told him, "Just thank you for your concern," and I said nothing more. I was living with my mother then. Before going home, I ordered food for her, hoping to avoid any questions. But the moment she saw me, she noticed something was not right. She asked me, "Are you okay?" I rushed to the bathroom again and I cried silently. Later, while sitting in the living room, I accidentally removed my scarf, forgetting that I was hiding the hickeys. My mom, she was shocked. It looked like I had been attacked by an animal. When she asked, I broke down and I told her I felt raptured and I could not remember a single thing. I could not remember a single thing right after the karaoke. She said it was clear I had been drugged and warned me that it looked like it had been set up, possibly to be sold off. None of my so-called royal friends checked on me. No calls, no messages, none, even the next day. Except one, the wealthy man. He sent a message with a photo of us kissing, which he had made his phone wallpaper. He wrote, Sayang, awak kat mana? Kenapa tinggalkan saya? I miss you. I felt so disgusted at the time. I just felt so disgusted. Ew. Continued to message me, saying he wanted to marry me and insists for me to meet his mother. I avoided him for 3 months. He began to blackmail me with pictures he took that night. He would not stop. Eventually, I involved one of my ASP friends who warned him that legal actions would be taken if he did not leave me alone. Throughout this time, I hid everything from my family. I avoided the club where he usually would be attending most of the nights. I declined all elite and regal invitation and started withdrawing from social life. I turned inward to prayer to God. Through reflection, I realized God did not create me to be fruitless. I was meant to live with purpose, joy and peace, not fear. I started reflecting deeply on my interactions with men, the betrayal I experienced, and how deceptive people can be. I was wounded and I also began healing. I learned a powerful lesson. Never again I would allow myself to be caught up in a toxic cycle. I began setting healthy boundaries, quitting destructive habits, distancing myself from toxic friends, and surrounding myself with purity, love, and God's grace. I choose peace, safety, joy, and calmness. Today, I share this story not to seek sympathy or attention, but to warn others, please do not fall into the same trap. Imagine what worse could have happened. Many women have gone missing, abused, or even killed in similar situations. I know for sure there was a great God shielded me from total destruction. He preserved me, and I believe He will bring justice. To those who have suffered in silence, you're not alone. You are seen. You are loved. You are protected by a higher power. Stay faithful, stay obedient. God will restore everything you have lost. To the woman listening to this, to the man who feels betrayed, to the soul who has suffered in silence, justice is not in the hands of others. It is in your hands now. Forgive yourself. Rise yourself and speak even if your voice shakes. This week, I'm lovingly invite you to write a letter to your younger self. Forgive her, forgive him, and declare in that letter, from this moment on, I protect you, I love you, and I will never abandon you again. Thank you for holding sacred space with me today. If this story resonated with you, please do share it. You can also tag me on my Instagram, Lady Sunshine Iron Officer, and use the hashtag justice is now, hashtag thrive with sunshine. Until next time, walk boldly, speak truth, and never forget, you deserve justice. To the soul who's listening, I am the woman that God has renewed in spirit and strength. He has turned my darkness into a powerful, living testimony. He has turned my fear into an armor of faith. And with that, I close it with the Almighty Amen.